I mean, you are a sales expert. This is where you spend your time in sales, in revenue generation. I want to direct people to learn more about you and your work and your book. But before we do that, I want you to think about two maybe common mistakes or big areas of opportunity that you think consultants and those in professional services have when it comes to sales, maybe specifically. What are two areas where you see people often making mistakes that, and maybe you yourself made them at some point in your journey, and what's the best practice? What should people do to overcome those mistakes and see greater success?
The first is to specialize. And someone just used this analogy today because we're talking about specialization in business. And this person said, you know, I get nervous when I go to a restaurant and they serve pizza and wontons and goulash and sushi. How can you be good at all those things? And I laughed because it's totally true. And as a consultant, if you don't specialize, then it's hard to get great at one thing. It's hard to attract your ideal customer because your message is as diffuse as your offer. And what I find is that the path is, for the new consultants, distill down, and then when you think you're done, distill down further. Yeah. And really get down to your core offering. And the second is to embrace the money conversation with buyers. Many consultants are either uncomfortable to do it, or they're really trapped in the time for money connection. And that's a mistake. I would say that's a mistake because it's not a win-win scenario. The consultant does not get to share in the success to the degree that they should because they are helping to bring that success. It's less enriching, and for your business is less healthy because you're in business to generate revenue to fund your lifestyle or whatever it is you like to fund. And so it helps your business health as well, all around holistically. It's a great thing.
So when you say embrace kind of the money conversation, is that really, are you getting at the kind of the importance of understanding the value that you bring as a consultant, not just charging on an hourly basis, but really looking at, and even if you're not involved in sales or revenue generation directly, looking at what is the impact and the outcome that you're going to help to create in that organization or with that person, and then making sure that your fees and the way that you're capturing compensation reflects or is connected to that outcome and to the value, not just, oh yeah, it's $100 an hour or whatever it might be. Is that what you mean by embrace, or is there something else within that that you think is important that people consider?
There's two parts. Embracing it means lean into it. And even if you're uncomfortable, what I find is a large cross-section of people, when it comes down to, here's what I'd like to charge for my services, have a very close discomfort with that conversation. And it's a mindset that you have, which is not to say, oh, well, feel more confident and act confident, therefore you will be confident. Rather, the second part of that embrace the money conversation, one, don't trade time for money. But the other is, over the course of your conversations with the buyer, uncover the specific nature of the value you bring and quantify it wherever possible, either in hours and minutes, dollars and cents, or if it's not like that, like it's improved morale, and there's stats around everything now, employee engagement and the like. Maybe it's improving whatever that indicator is on a scale. Right now it's operating at 2 and you're trying to get it to 6 or 7. Without the quantification, it's hard to set value-based fees. And without the quantification, you can't go in with confidence to support the fee you're asking for because it's founded on an opinion. But when it's quantified, we increase retention by X, we decrease cost on this area by Y, whatever the case may be. Then you can say, well, that's the net value over a year, 2 years. Here's my fee, and relative to the value is going to be derived, the fee is very reasonable.